And then you shall get updates as to the videos when they're coming. Now, I am doing some additional reads. We are going to cover the twin flame path upon meditation, my style of meditation in the garden. Had a few more downloads, and we are in the pre-phase and the midst of massive radical changes. So be ready. I can feel it here at the door. It's at the door. Hi, True Heart. Hello, welcome everyone. Anyone who's new, a very warm welcome. If you don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I'm a twin flame. Yes, this twin flame's in union, still doing the work. Okay, we had a few downloads during my meditation prior to coming on. We have already done the update for the members, which I am going to make more of a schedule for the members. It does say I'll come to you guys once a month, but I'm pretty much coming to you weekly. And we do various coaching in there and additional reads. Hi, Eddie. How are you? Hi, Michelle. Where's the girl? Yeah. Okay, now Scorpio's all the underrealm. Hi, Andrew. How you doing? Are you looking after yourself at NZ? How's everything over there? I see the bubbles opened, theoretically. Yeah, oh, we have a bit of fun in there as well. We can be a little bit more candid. But I'm going to pop in from time to time just to check in with you guys and to give you a bit of support. And I am going to be doing additional sessions on the website, webinars. And that's going to be for those of you that need emotional support over the next 2 months. We'll see how popular it gets. We'll probably do weekly ones. And that'll be check-ins. Oh, thanks, sweet. How you doing? So this is going to be an interesting transit. Now, I did mention the Juno retrograde, and we did a webinar on that. So that by request is available on the You Caught Me Live. It is by request because we did have the session, and after that we are going to be doing support sessions because the astrology we're moving into with all the retrogrades, it is going to be fairly hectic. One I can say for the rest of the year, the one thing you need to understand is we're moving into quality management. We're also moving into a phase where this is a number 5 year, and next month is a number 5 month. So fives are all about change, and I did mention to giggle, I just kept mentioning fives in the videos that I have pre-recorded so far. And the element of 5 is all to do with change. Now, we have Mars moving into Cancer. For me, it's already in the house of Cancer. We also will find that emotions relating to family, subjects to children, and females' voices being quite vocal, but also masculines embodying a lot of emotional energy. This can be to do with conditioning that a lot of us are going through. But it is like the analogy I used in the member zone, the feeling towards the end of the video, which more has come through after that, is it's almost like a lot of us are moving towards the top. It's pretty stagnant at the moment. Yeah, and we're getting to the top of that roller coaster, and you know, the empath energy of the connection is going to start feeling it. But even collectively, this is going to be a massive shift for all of us. There can be things at a very 3D level that we're seeing happening in the media, happening in the world that really may push us into a little bit of ego. But I feel most of you in the twin flame community have already gone through that energy. So what it's actually doing is preparing you so that you guys can anchor the energy in while other people around are getting a bit triggered. So you had the purgatory effect during this month. Haley, the first thing I was going to say when I jumped on was, where's Haley? I was saying in the twin flame room how much I love Jill. I love Haley. It's just so much fun to be around. I was saying I'd so hang out with you. Pleasantry to have you on the channel, Haley. Okay, so most of you would have been going through, purgatory experience, and what we're moving into. If you're feeling tired, you're recouping, take it where you can. If you're trying to tackle tasks and done or not very well, it's a little bit like a weather forecast. Thanks, Haley. It's like a weather forecast. So if you can pretend, if somebody told you it was going to rain and you had a picnic Would you go and find a shelter to have that picnic? Of course you blooming would. So it's like if you guys are in awareness and your aura always tells you, it's like, heck, I've got to do that. I've got to do that. Listen to that. And even if you're tired, make a list, especially to next year. Get those things done. They're part of your twin flame journey. Plus they're preparing you. You're connected in. And it's always going to give you a signature to what the trends are coming. One, I felt go, go, go. Get things done. Get prepared. And it's a little bit like, Marge, the rains are here. You're sensing something in the universe. You're sensing a shift. You're sensing things coming, what you need to prepare. Because we've got Venus and Taurus. I've been having lots of downloads relating to trends, relating to our food groups. We're changing our health, the things we're moving towards. And it's always going to be, and it doesn't have to be diet. Diets are, it's I'm not saying diet. I'm saying what our body needs. So be you, always be you, but your aura is needing support. So what it's craving is for a reason, but you're more going to be inclined to eat quality, luxurious things, tantalizing things on the palate. Because at the moment we have Mercury transiting Taurus, then moving into Gemini, or is it vice versa? But it's still the energy of go, go, go. But all that Taurus Venus energy is coming through very luxurious. It might be suddenly you're feeling you want to change your hair, then and it can be radical change as well. This is how I feel. I've seen the writing on the wall. This is who I am now. Initially through the transit, some of you aren't going to feel that. You're going to be a little bit resistant to it. If you're purging, once you've accepted and you're exhausted through the purging, you're going to come back down and anchor in. But that's when motion's moving. So the big question is, are you ready? And the are you ready questions will probably come up in your astrology, which I have done. And I've had them as a conversation piece over mentioning the aspects. And I've left the aspects to the end, and I'm going to do romance reads too. So they're going to happen twice a month. They're almost finished. The members will get them well and truly before, hopefully. And I'm trying to get it to the point where even for the main page, they get it a week ahead. But it's taking a bit of time to get all of that done. They're about 20 to 40 minutes long. They're quite in depth. That covers your career, your family, how to deal with it, the moon energy, so that you can go through day by day to the 19th and know what chakra for your zodiac sign will come up. And it's there so that it can help balance your ascension. I would say a lot of you are going to have movement. What is that card? That's the crowning energy, obviously. Okay, let's see. So a lot of you are going to have movement. Many of you are sort of feeling like nothing's changing. And I'm very, it's quiet. Have you noticed it's quiet? Have you been getting nervous guts? It's been bouncing up and down through the chakras. It was heart chakra, but lately it's been base chakra. Then it's been sacral chakra, solar plexus, nervous, lack of motivation, action, inaction. It's like, you're bouncing back and forth. You feel like a bloody rat in a cage. There's some sense of a blockage that's coming up and it's moving, but the anxious energy is there nevertheless. Now, that will be for a few reasons. A, because you're empathic and you're tuned into the astrology. B, because you're directly connected to a soul connection, as well as the universe is giving you the warning. So your body is your astrology. Your body, that's why through my ascension process, I'm like, I need to know what's coming up in the astrology, because this is what I was doing the whole time. And I'm like, okay, aura. You can extend your aura at the moment. And if you guys are having, really shadow energy dreams, it's potentially because we're moving into the full moon in Scorpio on the 27th. And it's where Pluto will be going retrograde. And Pluto is to do with births, deaths, endings. Scorpio is very much the element too. It's the underrealm. It's Hades. And then the resurrection of that and the rebirth of that will be coming. So it's sort of like ending those cycles and then new cycles starting through that process. And it's very foundational. It's very base chakra. We're also going to have Saturn going retrograde in the house of Aquarius, which would affect your nervous system. Eat foods to balance the nervous system, and your ascension report is inside of your zodiacs to prepare you. What on earth is all this? Let's have a look. So the anxiousness can be you'll eat something, you need to eat slow. You need to, during the tension times, if you're highly susceptible to energy, don't stop the intake of something, just reduce it. And that can be sensitivity with caffeine and things like that. Just be mindful. If you start feeling aggressive energy, really be mindful between now and June to avoid people that can amplify that. But during the night, do an aura extending meditation that can help you kind of increase your auric field, which will protect you against psychic attacks. Yes, I feel a bit... You know, they do say to purge correctly, you should let it fall out of your face. It's funny that, especially not particularly great during these times in the collective, but nevertheless, from an emotional release point of view, prior to reunion, you will find that you are literally... Because we had Mercury in Gemini, and there was this, I think it was the Sun and Mars, whatever the aspects were back then when I was tuning into it. It did mean heavy cycles with weather patterns, and we'll probably have that till next year. I would say that, yeah, we can see a lot more of that in the media, and definitely subjects to do with agriculture can come up, and we may have a new way to do such by the end of this next month coming. But there will be themes: money, agriculture, fashion, people's values, upgrading of homes. Really, if you want me to prepare you, I would say get your home organized enough that it's simple, functional, because you're going to be busy, and it will be easier to deal with the transits if you have it neutralized. So neutralize your home, work on it for the next 2 weeks, because as we move further into next month, it's going to be a bit tedious. And then you're prepared. Do what you've been guided to do. Be it you're putting away a bit more food in the pantry, you know, for the backup plan. Because Mercury retrograde in Gemini, it could be a little bit more a temporary restriction. But, yeah, movement forward. And don't get involved in conflict. Point blank, sorry. Remember, lovely, I've been... Cool. Hey, just because we're in union doesn't mean to say that we don't have work to do. We're always working, you know it. Whatever is behind, when you pick up on an energy, I would say, from my experience, that's my experience, is that when you're tuning into it, if you don't like the subject matter that your intuition is showing you, turn over it right away. And like a magician, you can shift it. With the magician energy, when things are coming up through the chakras and you're purging, it's going to come from the base chakra. So at the moment, a lot of base chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakras there. So you'll go from being agitated and aggressive to the yellow energy of, you know, sluggish and, you know, nurturing and protective mode, because and it'll only come up as it needs to. So you'll never purge beyond the point that your auric field can cope. It'll shut down and give you a break, and you'll be like, oh, I passed a test. Yeah, but some of those wounds linger much deeper. So it'll shut right down to let you upgrade till you're stronger. Universe will say, okay, you're ready. It'll come back up again. And some of those things can be really large, but it can really fatigue you. And it's because your third eye is seeing it and believing it only from one given perspective. Once it can come up, you can get the sinuses, the headaches. And so when you move to the heart chakra, when you're shifting those frequencies, never do the whole 7 chakras when you're doing guided meditation, because it can really mess with your aura. Do it slowly. That's why, look, we talk about yoga. Yoga can increase the awakening, but it also can, what would the word be? It can bring it on too soon. Your body and your aura, it naturally happens. It's a natural cycle. And then, yeah, you can do the coaching, and as it comes up, you can deal with it, but your body will tell you how much it can handle. It won't go further than it can, and you can't force it. And if you do, it can make you quite unwell. So you've got to allow that to naturally, for that cycle to naturally come up as it can cope. But when you're moving into the heart space, because we have Mars and Cancer, if you hold that lower octane energy of aggression and anger, and you're coming up in the heart, and the heart is feeling broken, and then you're coming into the third eye and then the crown chakra, you're going to manifest real horrible crap, accidentally, unintentionally. So when you're tuning into a blockage, a wound, a person, a place, a thing, do that for a minimal amount of time. Breathe in, real deep breath, and blow out. And then try to tune into something else. And you'll find that what happens is it's almost like you're a tap. You've poured that energy into your environment, and it will linger like a dark cloud inside the home. And if you from a visual point of view could imagine us putting other specimens and energies into that environment, you'll know how it is toxic, because fights will start happening in the environment. You could have leakages in the house. You may have, and always fix them, because it can hold dense energy and it can cause darker energy. So the one thing I can say is, yes, it's normal to do that. Yes, we can. But if you're thinking bad thoughts and you're like, oh, this or that can happen, as soon as you possibly can, shift out of that. Go have a shower, salt water, and then do an aura kind of upgrade. Do an auric upgrade, especially when you're tuning too much into the 5D. You can start picking up on the other person's energy if they're surrounding themselves with people that aren't so great. Let's have a look at the cards. All things relationships, Juno retrograde, everything's up. Do you know what's happening? The Tower, get ready. Contracts, things are going to fall down that weren't able to stand the test of time. Right, on their side, crown chakra. They're going to realize they're having faith, but I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, because I'm getting two storylines. Hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. This is surrendering and understanding that everything does happen for a reason. Because you're having a purge of the ego, Louise. Okay, Lois, it's okay. You're going through the thick of it because you're picking up on their aura. You probably need to have a shower, get a crystal. You can tap on the third eye and do breathing exercises. Okay, feminines, you guys have emotional abundance. You guys are in your Venus element. Also, because Juno's retrograde, what you're wanting to get in is emotional. You want to get the balance. But, you know, initially we can feel as though it's this person's job to fill the cup, and it depends on where you are in the journey, because we can fall into the second when we are on the high octane. But it is to do with what is the give and take, emotional balance, heart chakra activation, moving into love, realizing, you know, the art of appreciation, wanting people to understand, you know, your value, but us also integrating that inside us. Let's have a look. Emotional balance. What is this emotional balance, please, for the feminines? Okay, something's being learned. All right, you've learned something. Now it won't bloody come up. Okay, yeah, it's like you passed a test. Moving into the heart chakra. Okay, there's something that the masculines are currently going through, but it is them coming back to you. It's something to do with their destiny and their fate. They are very intuitively feeling your energy. They're thinking on you. They're also thinking on, this can be a little bit of nervousness. Nervousness that, I don't know why they're seeing. It's purely up to you how you deal with it. It's purely up to you how you see it. They're also seeing a different perspective. Some of them might have gone to it could have been a tarot reader. It might have been a wise individual to get advice. And it could have been, it could have been a soul sister or someone. It feels like it's about you. It's not about if they're in a karmic partnership. It is about you. This is wise counsel. Now, there may have been a betrayal in this connection, and it's not on the masculine side. This is somebody else. This might have been other people, but it's also where they feel they've been cheating themselves, which did come up in the private members room for various zodiac signs. Right. This isn't to do with that. I don't feel they're fussed over it. Don't feel they're fussed over it. What is this to do with, please? Okay, some of them have already had a separation. Some of them this is to do with an ex. And some of them this is to do with their childhood and conditioning. It's like looking at the past and coming to terms with it. Value systems, definitely with the faith at the heart of it. Value systems and spirituality will come up big time this month coming, due to the fact that we're going to have the eclipse in Sagittarius. I think they're looking at the psychology and the falseness of, does this resonate with me? Who am I? I think they're also looking at themselves as individual souls. They're also feeling a very spiritual connection to you. They can't define it. They can't put their finger on it, but they feel it nevertheless. It's like, and they know they do have trust in you. They have the faith in the situation. They know that, you know, they do really value you. They also know the value in you. As a human being, very separately, even as a friend, they see the value in the situation. Some of them are wanting to bring happiness, stability, wealth, and sharing of situations. They're not telling you this, but this came up last time. This is their benchmark. I don't feel, a lot of them, this is going to come through very quickly. So this is their direct plan, but what the reality of the situation is, there's going to be a tower moment. All right, so how we plan it versus what's happening, it may be something happening in our connections that shifts us quicker than we thought, without warning. So at the moment, this is their intention and plan. Trying to get things in order, in acknowledgement. They have talked to particular individuals in relation to you. Some of them are actually looking at their shadow energy if you had been in a separate relationship at a point in the connection. You know, it doesn't have to be that you were directly in the connection with them, but it's to do with people that you may have been with and the jealousy arising. And it might be circumstantial. And again, I read for the collective. So this doesn't matter whether you're in communication, not communication. This is what is coming through for me psychically. I do feel there was a lot of jealousy relating it. And maybe they felt that you were deserving of this individual, but there was still jealousy there nevertheless. I do think that they, for those of you who this is relevant, it's almost like they've dreamed about this individual. There may have been major plans, but they're also having plans with you. In their mind, they have a big plan. They do have a big plan. Some of them may get to the point that they will walk away from things and just let the tower fall and not bother grabbing what's left. That can be leaving with the backpack. Very, very much the Fool card in the tarot. Yeah, lost faith, like not letting it go. Yeah, what can be, because look, home can be someone close to home. It might be the way your connection was. It might be the way, yeah, having emotions relating to that individual. And how that made them feel. It might have been friends that were attracted to you. It might have been friends making direct comments. It may have been a connection you in. But there's, oh, now my twin's calling me. I swear he's watching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's how it's coming through so far. Let's have a look for feminines. Ooh, are you having a bit of that happening too, feminines? Okay, some of you are on the fence. Some of you are like, you know, either the ones of you that are in it, you're like, okay, focused on it. You're in awareness. Both of you are mirroring here, man, honestly. What is this? Goodness. Okay, regrets of the past, especially when it came to third-party energy. You know, tried to do the best you could, being understanding. This can be if they're in a karmic relationship. This can even be for those of you in connections, you're reflecting back and you're looking at the past, right? Looking at the past, looking at lineage, looking at the things that you've physically gone through, and also looking at your current life. And you've sort of got the balance there in a rational sense of, gee, we're blessed, right? And that's in general life with what's happening in the world. But there is some sense of empathy towards lineage at the moment, but you know it's in the past and you're letting it go. It's like it's coming up, you're looking at it, lesson learned, having love for all individuals, you know, trying to, again, open to connections. So this can be soulmate, twin flame. You're looking, you're not taking action yet. You're either in it or, but you're in awareness. You're in awareness of those things. Now, there can be a subject that does come up that does make you quite tense. And it may be when you think of these people. Okay, there appears to be a major thought that is lingering in feminine's minds. I feel that what you're picking up on is their emotion. Some of you are spending a little bit too much time alone. Some of you, it's affecting, again, headache, base chakra, solar plexus. Look at this, but it's the masculine's energy, right? The red, the yellow, the third eye. But feeling lonely, but you're picking up on other people's energy. Now, it's funny because I'm noticing the hourglass in the image, and I'm also noticing a skull, which is very Pluto, right? I'm also seeing a lion. So between now and August, major transitions, but it's funny, they're holding a scroll, which is wisdom. They're holding their heads. And this can be relating again to foundation and family. Now, the scroll is falling in between the yellow and the red, which is a home and creativity. That can be their luxuries. And, you know, when we talk about luxuries, it doesn't have to be, you know, in your minds, you may feel when you're listening to readings. And I did notice that Ascension Tarot had taken her videos down, which is really sad. And I know that's part of our spiritual path. There was a time, I think it was around 2018 when I broke up with Twin, I was like, do I stay on YouTube? And that was because to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this anymore from a twin flame perspective. But the one, I'm really, really glad I did, because I feel when you channel energy in the twin flame collective, it helps you purge quicker. And it can be bloody hard being a twin and being in the media, doing that so raw and organically, and especially when you're seeing readings. I mean, as much as you guys looking at these videos, seeing the same energy from various readers, it's deeply frustrating. But when you do look at the element of astrology, it shows you cycles. So sometimes there's stagnancy because we're doing the integration and work, and then other times there's movement. And I've got to say, guys, this is the movement time. In the retrograde of Juno retrograde, it's all going to happen. And on top of that, we have things that are going on in the world. So yes, are things hard? Are things testing? 100%. But we have, this is part of our soul path. So I'm seeing you guys think a lot. I'm seeing that there is going to be a major breakthrough. And it won't be that you necessarily need to do anything. But yes, on your side of the path, whatever this is, you're being patient. But we don't like the word patient. But the thing is, you've got to recreate a new relationship with the term patience. Patience can be loving, understanding, and compassion. It doesn't mean to say it's got time relating to it. Does it really? But it's funny how one word can mean 100 things to different people. I mean, how many of you in the house feel that patience is to the detriment to your health? It's funny, it's a number 6. Patience, when I would hear that regularly, was, are you serious? Does that mean I need to wait another fucking month? And it's learning to be present. Learning to be present in your life and enjoy your life for what it is. It's like, we're in the tornado. What are we going to do? We'll make it fun. Dance in the rain. Be hot to trot. I've gone through the Britney phase. You want a hot buddy? I've gone through that and it was great. It was great. I've gone through the no wear makeup stage of my twin flame path to love the skin I was in. I've gone through being around toxic people to actually realise they don't trigger me, because it's got nothing to do with me. You go through all these cycles, they're staircases to heaven, right? So rephrase the term when it comes to patience. Patience is, do you get mad at yourself when you're purging? Why haven't I leveled up yet? Why is my life not great? Reword it of, why am I being so hard on myself while going through an experience and feeling an experience? Does that make sense? Why am I being mad at myself? And do we connect the dots to patience means 20 years? Do we connect the dots? And it depends on how long your journey's been. It's like, I should have had my bloody cake by now. I would rather not have the cake if it's not ripe. And that's a piece of fruit. Both Twin and I have mentioned the benefits of everything we've gone through. And he went out training. That's the way I say. I said, if I had known I was sending you out to be the best version you could be and I was getting the goods, bloody oath, I would have kicked you out the door. I'd have been to see you later, baby. 100%. I'm a better version and so is he, and I get the fruits. Bless it be. Was it earned? In our own lives, yes. Because we had to become the original version of who we are, not who people wanted us to be. This shit. Okay, you got to love yourself. This is it's funny because the shadow of this for all of us is who we actually are when we're purging. And I noticed that in the private room session, you'll always get a different message from a card. And you know, sometimes when we can look at people's auras, that's another thing you guys are going to notice. If you have purged a dynamic enough, when you hear something that's unpleasant to your ears, you will understand it comes from the childhood conditioning. Now, even working in nursing, and this was something that came up for several of my clients this week, and for Giggle and I, we were talking about it from our nursing years. Now, there was a video, and it was on Facebook, and there was a lady that was from a different culture, and there was a white lady that she was with the carer, and the carer had vegetables thrown at her head. Now, from nurse, carer, whoever she was helping, right? From the bystander's view, the client was the karmic. She was the perpetrator, right? She actually wasn't, because now this is the problem with dementia, and I'm not a medical practitioner. Go do your research. From my experience in the 25 years, what I found was that person reverts back to childhood and what they've learned. And they had nannies back then in the country that they were in. And so when you move forward in life and the person has dementia, they think they're back there and it's normal to them. And sometimes UTIs and things like that can cause aggression. And we've got Mars and Cancer at the moment. So we're viewing it, but we need to view a little bit closer. If a person is toxic and angry, it comes from a pain body experience. Is it about you? No. You taking it personal is about you. So this becomes us until we can purge it. Fun. Are we the karmic? We ask that 100 times. Only when we're being karmic to ourselves and we can't purge it, right? Are we in competition with these people? Never. Never. What's happening between years? Let's have a deep look. Similar cards coming up. The reconnection, clarity, masculine moving towards feminine, tackling these adversities together. This can be also selling of assets, shifting things about, joining things, talking about the things of where the misunderstandings have been there, where you've both been stuck in your head, how these experiences affected you. But this is also, what do we do to bridge the gap? What do we do to make that happen? Don't think that moving into this is going to be a walk in a park. It's not. But you're ready. Are you ready? I'm finally learning to be present, loving myself, working towards my goals. Yeah. And the other area you will learn, initially the incubation stage is in separation, going through the 7 stages of healing. You then realize any lack mentality you had in you, reconnection doesn't come till you've worked that out. But another stage can be, if you have had reconnection and you had that sorted, is that you need to be able to balance that and stay in the connection. What does that mean? It means not being codependent, filling your cup, coming accountably working through the blockages, as well as not controlling the connection. And at the moment, because we are going to have Mercury retrograding in Gemini next month, it's very independent. Gemini's very independent. I want to play. We're going to be reflecting upon that. We have Juno retrograde in Sagittarius. It's, yeah, Juno in Sagittarius isn't such a good fit. If you do your research, it doesn't fit well. Juno wants to expand. It doesn't want a connection. But the reason it's retrograde is to show us the flaws in that system. Yeah, it's true. I'm grateful. I think the older I'm getting, the more I'm, even now, I've still got, when I'm having triggers coming up over the last few weeks, I've noticed I'm pausing, I'm sitting with it. And it's not, I'm not feeling anger, which usually I don't. Sometimes I'm surprised. I'm stepping back and I'm looking at it for a bit and I'm okay, why is this? Why is this coming up? This is interesting. But I already can read people's auras. You can see beyond the shit. Especially when people are in ego. You can just see it. And you're not angry at them. It's just, it's a process. Channeling it at a separate level, I don't feel you guys will see this coming in. You won't. You will sense it first. It might go quiet, and then it's going to be very unexpected. You'll know it, but it'll be, oh, now? Huh. How you will know, when we say they need to come correct and we get into that egoic rah rant, because we're being protective of ourselves. So funny. I laugh at myself now. But it's human. It's natural because, you know, you're scared. You will know the person is spiritually ready from their tone, from their demeanor, and from the way you come to it. If you understand you have nothing to lose because you are coming correct, you are looking after your money, you're looking after your finances, you're looking after yourself, you know you've been down 100 times and you jump back up on the horse. And I don't mean connecting in with a relationship, I mean in life. Then there is nothing stopping you. You're invincible. You're made for it. That you will live presently. Choose to have connections due to choice, not due to you have to, and you'll make peace with things. Will I have more energy when Twin finally speaks? Usually the energy comes from your purging, and the speaking does not define it. No, your aura, both of you will get extremely tired prior to union, but it, you know, sometimes it can be medical. You know, you got to get things checked. A lot of people at the moment are having deficiency. So especially when we're indoors, we need to get some vitamin D. You need to get outside. You need to get near the window and get some of that to do with the conditions that we're in at the moment. We need to eat that good quality diet due to the circumstances, you know, depending on where we are in the world. Any deficiencies, go get it checked. I know through my ascension process, I got very deficient, iron deficient. Signs of that would be hair loss, fatigue, whitening of the eye. Again, always seek medical advice. Last night I had a dream that my twin and I moved in together. Do you know, that's very symbolic actually, because home does not signify the other person. Home signifies self, which means you're coming into yin and yang, which is a huge compliment. If you see yourself moving with a person, it means you're coming into harmonization of yin and yang, which is good. Because home is the building of your body. It's your physical. So you're in yin yang, which opens up the spectrum. Yeah, true. And it's good. Like, it's openness, but it's trusting the process. When you're thinking this and that would need to move in order for that to happen, you're kind of going to have a problem. Any super chat questions in the house before I love you and leave you? I've got the other videos to do for the zodiacs. I've got about 6 more. Then I've got to get on to romance. And I've given myself 4 days. There are still some weekend sessions, so you better jump in and grab them because they're filling up fast. And then the only ones that will potentially be available at evening sessions the next week. And then MIA until May. where everything's going retrograde. I have reduced the cost of the bookings on the website, and that's due to what's happening in the collective, and I have left that there till further notice. Any super chats? Have a beautiful time, Doug. No. That you're beautiful, Stella. Libran's reading was quite extensive. I should have them open hopefully in 4 days. Anywho, I will see you next Friday. If I am going to be live again, I will put a comment up in the community tab. So click the bell if you haven't subscribed so you get the notifications. What do you want to know, Stella? That's okay, Michelle. Okay, Stella, the first thing that's coming through, there's a bit of heartbreak, but it feels just some emotions coming up. You are tired, but it's other things. And I think, is there something surrounding family? It's like maybe cross wires. Having to make a major decision, but you're being really rational. You're being very rational. You're being very grounded. I do see positive things coming, but I do feel you're tired. But you feel different. You do feel different in circumstances. With twin, you're being rational. Do you get what I'm saying? You might be picking up on some of theirs, again, to do with conditioning. It feels to do with, how do I put it? With your twin, I feel the way they're coming through is that there's guilt relating to the past, but they're thinking about you a lot. There's a lot of thoughts. I do feel, again, I'm feeling the heaviness on the back. They feel like they're being watched. But they don't want to talk to the other individual. I don't feel they're upset with that person. I just feel that they're in their own thoughts. They're thinking about you. If that makes sense. Hey, have you been feeling your twin behind you? Because I can feel them here. It's like they're standing behind me. Yeah, it's like I can feel them right here. That used to happen when I used to feel my twin coming in. It happened about 4 weeks prior. It was like every day, every day. Yeah, there could be some conflict with the daughters. Feel a little bit of a tiff. Just let it pass. Don't worry about it. I feel it's going to pass. I'm feeling, you know, those two at it, the other one sort of like, and just leave them to it. You know what I mean? The for bomb mama. Okay. I'll pick a card for you. Intuitively, I feel you're going to know what it is. You're going to know what it is. Have you most recently... The for bomb mama, have you been having dreams, psychic attacks, anything to that degree? Because it feels more intuitive than anything. I just got to wait on the bomb mama to answer their question. It may be that you're getting to a point where you think, I don't know, your energy really does feel pretty relaxed, actually. It feels, there could be some sense of amusement. I had a dream about pulling cup There you go, because it's like being a psychic. Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know. But it could be that you directly do go to a psychic. Maybe that's what the subliminal is. My sister had a dream like that the other day, and the card was directly showing. So the card directly could be a message of what that circumstance is. Do you know what I mean? But I'm seeing you physically, like in all, your energy is feeling fine, doll. But there seems to be either it's like you're pretty relaxed in it. It's amusing. There's something to do with your life that will become a little bit amusing with the circumstances that'll play out. But I feel as though there could be something to do with you getting a reading, and this could just happen, you know, synchronistically. It's like you go into the shopping centre and there happens to be a medium there, and you go and see, but it happens very quick. Just it's like a spring second. You'll know intuitively when that's right. It kind of comes through your aura, and I feel you'll do it. And I do think whoever you end up going to, they're going to tell you some things that are pretty darn on point. Brooke. Okay, Brooke. Any warnings? Do you have a child, Brooke? I'm hearing the term child. Child. Yep, done on it, child. I'm seeing a little boy. Have you ever had a miscarriage? Or do you see the dead? This feels more it's your child. I'm seeing a little boy. Okay, warnings, I do feel recreational, be careful. But it's more sport related. Separately, I do feel, but it could be denoting that pregnancy could happen. Be careful what you're doing. But I do see this maybe further down the track, because the age I'm seeing this child as, this could be a nephew. It could be related in the family. It feels like a little boy. I'm seeing a little boy and importance. Well, do you have any siblings that has a boy? I love the way guides work. It's like they keep nagging at me to repeat the same crap until I get confirmation through you. That's just the way it goes. Then it's definitely through your aura, but they're showing me this child and they keep making reference to it's yours, it's yours. So, are you involved or in love with a person that has medium brown to light hair? Because this child looks like that. This is the colour of the hair of the child. And also, there could be something coming up relating to work and partnerships. But I do feel there is going to be a circumstance where you're going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. This can be a path two ways. Having a choice between one person and another. This is what potentially can come up. But it may feel that, you know, you can have this stagnant silence and then all of a sudden, you know, you feel stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I do feel be careful to research who this individual is and get a background check. And when I say background check, it's not like get a police clearance. It sort of feels as though, make sure you know who this person is. Whoever this person is, it may be that it's their child and they're going through a separation, but I do feel a person with a child. There is an individual with the child. Do you want to ask a direct question? Because this is what my guides are showing me. I can only tell you what my guides are showing me at the moment. Anything to do with work and partnerships, I do see a person. I feel you ending up being piggy in the middle to do with circumstance, feeling confused. This can be future tense. The way the guides work, they always do that. And yes, either A, you directly have a child with this person, or B, this person currently already has a child. I'll jump on to the next person. I'll wait for you to respond. And I'm also seeing something to do with book. Well, it's kind of handy, Antonella, that you did know that person before, because with Juno retrograde, it's more to do with people from the past. Just go with the flow. Experience it. Sally! We talked about you in the members zone. I was like, where's Sally when we need her? Hey? We were talking about cyclones and what Aussies say when there's a hurricane or a cyclone. It's like, got to go to the bottle shop. I don't know, but you're going to be popular, right? Sally's always popular, but I'm talking to Brooke. Okay, now when it comes to business, you may have 2 opportunities, but you could be going further in work. That's what it's showing by this card. But I just keep seeing 2 individuals. 2 individuals and picking in the middle. If this is a twin connection, it could be that there's a karmic involved. There's a separation with the child. And this is what the piggy in the middle energy is. It just depends on how it directly resonates. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so who are Antonella? You're just ready, Antonella. Go with the flow. I would say, in a sense, it's you're being open to experiences. You feel ready to. Just go with the flow. Don't try and put any high expectations on it. Enjoy the company. For some reason, I don't know why, I feel they're a little bit shorter than you. Or were you just wearing shoes that were higher? Look at the way this screen, it's not even shiny back there. It doesn't make sense. Anywho. But also be ready, because there will be multiple energies that will come in for you too, Antonella. Be careful. That's what come up. Stuck in between a rock and a hard place. 2 people. That's the warning. At work, be careful of co-workers. If you are working, be careful of co-workers, I would say. I also said be careful of sports. Cool. Yeah, just be careful at work. I also saw something to do with a book. That can be legal. But again, I can't give legal advice. And yeah, be careful of sports. That's what my guides were showing me. And this was an energy of, and the person, the romantic partner doesn't have to be blonde hair, but the child is. The child is lighter in hair. So it's directly, it could be a karmic's child. It might be their child. But this child does have light hair. And the child's very prominent in the reading for some reason. I don't know who this kid is. Yeah, be careful. Read the fine print. If you're doing any signing of documents, get it done in the first 2 weeks of next month. Anticipate delays, but, you know, you potentially could have a lot of movement around the eclipse. Anywho, Brooke, I hope to see you. I was saying so, because this is to do with partnerships and contracts, but they were showing me the other energies as well first off. I'm like, okay, this is random. So, Antonella, I would say you're ready, but be careful because this person might want to move a little bit faster. I was also seeing, Antonella, that either you were wearing higher shoes or that, because I'm sort of seeing a shadow, and it's either they were standing on the lower step or it felt Fremantle. I don't know why I'm saying Fremantle. But it's just, it's sort of like how you're standing versus where that. It's either A, you're a little bit taller, or you're wearing higher shoes, or it's the angle. And that's what they're showing me. Do you want to know anything in particular relating to it? Did you miss me, Sally? I was going to call you the other day. I was going to say, I'm going to come and join you in the camper. We're going to go party. Wait till the borders are open, baby. I could always do one of those best mate kind of embarrassing, you know, pranks, and I'll put one of those astronaut helmets on and come and visit you. I'll head quarantine me. I'll let you meet me at the airport saying your family. You'll be embarrassed to see me. Sally, have you had any communication? I just said I was going to turn up over there and I was going to have some astronaut helmet on my head saying you with family and embarrass you at the airport. Sally, have you had a situation with your twin most recently that that was a bit sharp in conversation? Because this feels a bit sharp. I don't know why I find what I'm being shown is you're going to be laughing about something, but it's going to be a little bit, it's a little bit like, you know, when you're laughing sadistically. It's like funny and amusing, but it's kind of comic. Because it does feel pretty funny. But there can be something, you know, really, I feel you casting your eye onto some critical details in your life at the moment. You know, you're pretty you're relaxed. I know you're relaxed, right? But you are casting a critical eye in certain areas of your life and you're like, right, you've had enough of something. And I don't think this is about twin. This is other things. You've had enough of something and you're ready to take a change. I swear I heard something. Strange. I heard someone screaming. Anywho, did I answer everyone's questions? It was when I was talking about Sally. The location of your home, Sally. Yeah, go Hailey Bean. I would say the location of your home, when you're walking out your door, I'm just going to finish, you can have one. When you're walking out the door, I'm talking cryptically here, Sally. I'm being politically correct, Libra style, right? To the right, I'm seeing the door to exit the location of accommodation. To the left, as you're at the way in which you open the door, pay attention to the left. Someone's shouting. When did you start? Pay attention to your accommodation, Sally. Make sure it's locked. I'm feeling 3 days' time. If you hear an altercation, don't leave. Lock the door. Don't leave. Yeah. We meet halfway. I'm not that bloody unfair. I'll turn up at your blooming door. I'll meet you at the bottom-low. I'll meet you at the chakra parlor. Yep. Well, she did. She kind of mentioned about the career finances and graduation. Yeah. So, with the question, did you want to know about the graduation? Now, number one, Sagittarius can be to do with higher learning. Gemini can be as well. We're having the eclipse in Sagittarius. Most of this at the moment, you can, if you look back at pattern pieces, I'm looking at it positively, but it's almost like, I don't know, the vibe I get. You've got everything on point down to a T, like you've mapped it. You actually have mapped it out. It's quite, I love it. You've mapped it out, Hailey. I have a job. Just want to see if I'm getting a better one. Yeah, well, it's sort of like, you know, it kind of gets onto that equilibrium where you're like, yeah, this is the way it is. And then it's like it just moves. But this can be in a similar sort of industry. Yeah, telling you. That's why I was like, no, I've got it mapped out, bitch. Like, what? It does feel that you're sort of like, then something comes at left field. Now, this can be a different area. This could be a different state. This could be something quite drastic. It could be the relationship coming in. But it's a sudden, oh, no, but that was No, I've got the... It's not Jesus take the wheel. It's Virgo's got the blasted wheel, right? Virgo's got the wheel and knows what's happening. They've done their documentation. They know what's up in the hood. You're like, huh? You guys have great astrology for progression. I would say at the moment, healthy boundaries for those that are around individuals that are kind of suppressing and pushing you. You won't put up with that. It can be a little bit more aggressive moving into next month. You might be, look, I get it. I'm critical to myself. Can we just chillax? You do come off as real calm. Yeah. But, yeah, it's cool. I do feel progression, Hayley. I do feel shifts and changes. But I think you just won't be expecting it. Yeah, we're going to love the Virgo game. I would so live with Virgo any day. I'm telling you. Sally, your one, though, pay attention to your accommodation with the door. And if you hear anyone screaming outside, in between this week, I'm feeling it's a week. Do not exit don't exit the residence. Do not. It's nighttime. I'm saying nighttime. I'm seeing another residence very close by. And I'm talking code here, right? Where your door is, when you walk out of it, there is another residence directly over on an angle. This is what I'm saying. Could be a condominium. It's a box. You get what I'm saying? You're going to buy some opals. You're going to buy a lock. Don't leave the house. Because there's somebody off to the corner. And I'm saying it's, it's quite dark, but it's like there's walkways and shit. Don't leave the residence. It's around the full moon in Scorpio. Don't leave the residence. Don't leave the residence. You're not home. Shh. We're not allowed to do that over here. We made a smart move years ago and got rid of all that. We bloody... Look what happened in Tasmania. Jeez. Yeah, don't work. They won't know you're there. Yeah, no guns in Oz. Nope. We eliminated that process, so we, you can, but it's permitted, and we are allowed to go to certain places, but you're noted in the system. We know who you are. It's registered to you. You're traceable. I do think, Hayley, you will move. I do think you're going to secure a different position. I do think, it's serving its purpose, but you feel the ship sinking. It's like you've got goals, but trust your intuition. If you feel go. Right? I love the delay in this. There's a lot of delay in this. I said that a bit back. Yeah, no, I felt that. It was like, but it's almost like in a circumstantial effect, you feel that maybe something is a sinking ship. Yeah, bloody delays. It's not even friggin' Mercury retrograde yet. Everyone's technology's been playing up. I think it's because of the eclipse in Sagittarius. Have to look at the aspects again. I'll have to look. See? I would call this the video Dory. Right? Are we ready? Huh? Are we ready? I'll say it again. Huh? Hi, my name's Dory. Yes. Your twin's Virgo. Oh, heck. That would be good for you. Lucky girl. Twin B Virgo. We were talking about this the other day. We're not going to go back down that bloody... We are not going down that Ferris wheel. I started putting posts up on Instagram to do with romantic and intimate styles with zodiac signs. I was like, hey, lucky person who gets Hayley. Oh, they're looking all clean and proper on the outside, and they're, they're a devil in disguise. Hi, Tammy. My name's Dory. This video is, you know, kind of lagging at the moment. Okay, so I don't know. Why? Go research what a Virgo is in that domain. We did laugh because you can read various zodiac signs and it talks about personality traits. You can also do past life, which at some point, you know, depending on how prudish we can be, you know, we can talk about what those things are. Scorpio, for instance, in a past life would have been an elite high-end worker. And I laugh about it because I have Scorpio as my Venus house. And so we started delving deep and looking at things. And I was like, you mean I was a hooker? Now I am an energy one. But it's, you know, high octane, you know. But Virgos, they will treat the intimate act as an art and they don't care to please themselves. They take pleasure in pleasing you. Yes, so it's like the mission is to please, baby. Yes. So when I hear Virgo, I'm like, and my sister's a Virgo, so I'm going to give her so much shit. If she's watching this, I know, sis. I'm on to you. But also more so if the Venus is in that place. But when we hear Virgo, yeah. There you go, Hayley. Every dreamboat's part. Free, beautiful young lady. Mars and Scorpio. Yeah. My Venus is in Scorpio. My North Node's in Scorpio. What a silly cow, eh? I'm a sucker for punishment coming back. Okay, beautifuls. Thank you very much. Are we going to have some testing times? Yes, the death card did come up. This is the Scorpio moon. It's all going to be kicking off now. It's starting now. All I heard downstairs was it's now. So you can have sudden events that do happen. They can either be happening in the collective or they can be happening in, what do you call it? Happening in the world, right? It can feel a little bit scary. Trust the process. Try to remove yourself from drama or danger. But, you know, I'm not going to lie. I do feel this is going to be sudden. Right. Well, we're facing our shadow. So it can be egoic, especially when people are working through their wounds. Mars is in the house of Cancer, which is wounds. It's in a child. It's funny. I was even thinking about Uluru, which in Australia, we are the sacral chakra. Or is it solar plexus? The yellow chakra, solar plexus. So it's the inner child. It's like the zodiac sign Cancer. He's calling me again. Heck, yeah, I do work long hours, babe. I'll call you back. So I better be quick. So with this, it's the rebirth, but it's a full moon, so it can be purgatory as well as it is a blood moon. It's a super moon. It's going to be pretty heavy. So it will be happening in the globe, not just to us. And it can be a complete death and a rebirth. Love you. Please jump in and grab a booking. It's a very hectic, busy astrology 2-3 months. So it's first and best dressed. Take care, guys.